Okay, so you've created a couple of assignments in your gradebook and you're ready to enter in the grades for them. First, how I got to this page was under the My Class menu, I've chosen our main gradebook. All right. Now, before, during the assignment creation process, I had pointed out that in the assignment code box, you want to type in like a shortened or an abbreviated name for the assignment that you created. The reason why I said it's shortened or abbreviated is because it's what appears above each column's worth of grades. So if you hover over top of the one that we just created together, you'll see the full name and the fact that it's not visible to parents and students. Keep that in mind, that if that's there, it's good for you to see that because you want to definitely eventually make them visible to all parents and students as well. So it's nice that it gives you a little reminder. Normally it would just say DOL quiz 1 at that point. Okay. Also notice up at the top here too, it tells you how many points possible were in this assignment, as well as any extra credit points as well. While we're up here, I'll talk a little bit about this tool right here, which is called the Fill Down Grade. This is a great time-saving tool in that if you have given an assignment that the majority of your students scored a perfect score on, say, and this assignment, let's pretend that everybody scored a 26, or maybe 1 or 2 people didn't score the perfect 26. What you can do is click on this box, type in 26, and then click on OK, and it automatically fills them all in for you. Then you can go back down through, maybe Lainey, Laura scored just a 25, and so on. You can just alter the ones that need to be changed. Alrighty. Okay, so now you're ready to enter in some grades individually, one by one. I'm going to enter in a couple of samples and show you what you should and shouldn't do depending on the different situations you may find yourself in. All right, so let's enter in a couple of grades. 24, 26, 21, 16, and we're going to decide that Aspen did not complete this on the day that it was due, but we know she's going to come in here and do it later on. I've entered in a capital I. It does look like a lowercase l, but I want to make sure that it's seen as a capital I. Let's put a lowercase I just to be on the safe side. Okay, and I'm just going to enter in a couple more. Okay, now let's do Lainey. We put her in as a 0. Okay, and I want to point out the difference between entering in a 0. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. Entering in a 0, an I, and leaving one blank. So we're going to focus our once I save this, our view on Aspen's, on Lainey's, and on Carter's, and you'll see the difference between what it does with an I compared to leaving it blank compared to entering into 0. I'm going to save this, and this is vitally important. A lot of teachers in the past have caused themselves issues with putting in grades and then closing the tab or walking away, and that's it. It does not automatically save. So each time you enter in some grades, you want to be sure to click on the disc in the upper left-hand corner. So I'm going to click on that now. And after a couple of seconds, you'll see, taking a look up at the top, everything is exactly as it should be. Selah got an 11 out of 11 and a 24 out of 26. Her current grade based on those 2 grades is a 94.59. But let's take a look down here at Aspen's. We've entered in an I for the student, and meaning that is marked as incomplete. Or just not quite finished, or whatever you want to call it, but the I stands for incomplete. He or she also scored a 9 out of 11 on the quiz, the first quiz, giving her an 81.81% in the class. Now, in Lainey's, we plugged in the 0 for her second assignment, and it too calculates the 0 out of 26 and the 8 out of 11, giving her a 21.62. This is the next one, is the one that's really important for you to pay attention to. Remember, we left Carter Letier's blank on the second quiz. The district by default, when you enter in a grade, when you don't enter in a grade, it acts as though it is also recognized as a 0. So in Carter's instance, his second grade, even though we left it blank, it's factored in as a 0 out of 26, as well as the 11 out of 11 on the first quiz, giving him a grade of a 29.72. So us coaches together recommend you guys use the I when necessary, unless it's so incomplete, maybe you might want to plug in the 0 just to give the student, or leave it blank, if you will, just to give the student an idea of what his grade would be if he never did turn in that assignment. Okay, but for safety's sake, for now, we recommend using the I to give you a better idea of what the grade would be overall if that particular assignment was not included in the grade. Okay, I hope this helps.